Today is day 29. We literally only have one more day to go in this 30-day emergency fund savings challenge. I am so excited, and I'm super excited to share today's tip with you because it literally saved me $60 a month. I still use it, and I think it could save you so much money too. So let's get started. Hey everyone, this is Lauren Mack with Hacking the Rat Race, and I would love for you to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on money, saving, and investing, and especially not during this 30-day emergency fund savings challenge. Like I said, today is day 29, and today all you have to save is $30. That's right, $30. Today we're gonna take this $30 and we're gonna put it in our emergency fund savings envelope. All the money that we have saved so far, and in this envelope is $469. That is so awesome. We literally have one more day. We are going to hit our goal. And again, if you don't have an envelope and you've been putting your money this whole time in a savings account, move that $30 over right now for $469. That is so awesome. This money is going to be so helpful when you have an emergency. So let's jump right into today's tip because like I said, it saved me $60 a month, and today you only have to save $30. And if you were to implement this tip and it saved you $60, which it could even possibly save more, that's $720 in savings per year. That is huge. So let's jump right in. Today's tip is changing your cell phone carrier to Google Fi Project or Google Fi. It goes kind of by both names, and when I changed over several years ago, it was pretty unknown, and I'm surprised these days at how many people still don't know about it, or maybe they've heard about it and they don't trust it. But let me tell you, it is awesome. I had Verizon before I moved to Google Fi, and literally I was paying $120 a month. That was for mine and Matt's phone, and that didn't even include that much data. But I know other people who have unlimited plans that are paying so much more. When they've looked at changing to Google Fi, it has literally saved them so much money, some people way more than $60 a month. Let me explain the plan, how it works, and how it can save you so much money. First of all, when you have carriers like T-Mobile, Verizon, all these different other carriers, they have these hidden fees. They're like connectivity fees. You'd be surprised, like they'll tell you, and I know this has changed a little bit more in the recent history, and I honestly believe it's because Google Fi came on the scene so strong. I was told your plan is going to be $35 a month each. Then I got my bill, and it was like $150. Instead of $70, $150. And I looked at my bill, and again, like I had these two $20 connectivity fees, all this other stuff that was never mentioned. And even when I was there, I told them, is there anything else besides just basic taxes that are not included in this? And they told me no. But then when I went back to the store, once I got my bill, they were like, well, yeah, we forgot about those, and we have a retention department. Maybe if you just call the retention department, they'll waive some of those fees. And of course I did do that, and they did waive some of those fees, but my bill was still $120 when I was thinking it was going to be $70, which was still a little bit outrageous. So I went ahead and I paid the $120 for a long time until I found out about Google Fi. So the way that Google Fi works is they have a couple different options now, and one of the old drawbacks is that you couldn't use them on an iPhone, but that has changed. You can use them on an iPhone now, which is awesome. So Google Fi has two different types of plans. One's like a regular plan, and one is an unlimited plan, just like the regular carriers. So here's what I would recommend first, because so many people just jump automatically to the unlimited plan because they think they use a ton of data, and maybe you do, but you would be surprised at how many people don't use a ton of data because again, a lot of people look at their phone a lot when they're at home. When you're at home, you're on Wi-Fi. That isn't taking away from your data. So I would just go look at your last few months, last 6 months, whatever you want. You can log into your carrier website or go pull up your phone bills and you can see how much data you've actually been using. Because when I was on Verizon and I went and looked up how much data I was using, Between Matt and I, we were literally using 1.5 gigs per month on a regular basis. Like, we never went over 2 gigs, but there was a time when we were like, we need unlimited. But we didn't need unlimited. So if you look at Google Fi's plan, if you don't get the unlimited, if you only have one line, it's $20 per line, and this gives you talk and text. So you pay $20, that's it. If you have 2 lines, it goes down to $17.50, and as you can see, the more lines you have, the cheaper that the monthly fee goes. Then the next part is you pay $10 per gigabyte. And here's the deal. When you first sign up for this, it's not like other companies where when you hit that first gigabyte or whatever you choose, it's done. No, you literally pay only for the data that you use. So when you first sign up, it's going to ask you how many gigabytes do you think you use. If you're a low user or medium user, just pick 1 gig. Again, this is just like a benchmark for them. If you only use half a gigabyte, you're only going to spend $5. If you use 1 gigabyte, you're going to spend $10. If you use 3 gigabytes, you'll spend $30. So this isn't locking you into anything. This is literally just gauging how much do you think that you're going to use. On the limited plan, if you go over 6 gigabytes, it's free. So basically, on a limited plan, the max you're going to pay is $80 per line. However, if you know that you're going to use more than 6 gigabytes when you go do your audit, and say you use 10 gigabytes every single month, maybe you work in a job where you can watch videos all day because you're just monitoring something or whatever it is, so you're just really eating a lot of data, then I would recommend using the unlimited plan. And again, you can change back and forth because you would save $10 by having $70 per line, and that amount goes down per line that you're adding. But again, if you only use 1 gigabyte, then that's only $30 you have to spend. And it's legit only $30. You spend $30, that's it. If you only use half a gigabyte, that is $25. So I believe with our Verizon plan, we had like 10 gigabytes. We were spending $120 a month. Between both of us, we were not even going over 2 gigabytes. So whenever we switched, we even paid for the plans separately, like Matt got one, I got one, so we didn't even get the discount of the $17.50, but it was still $40. Plus, even if we were both using 1 whole gigabyte, which oftentimes we didn't, that was $60 a month. That's it, $60, from $120 to $60. You should literally compare plans. But here's the great thing about Google Fi. They even have more benefits than just the amazing cost savings. One of the benefits is you can use it in like over 200 countries around the world. And as you guys know, I travel a lot. And I love this because literally I show up in a country, turn my phone on, and it says, welcome to Thailand, welcome to Vietnam, welcome to England, wherever you are. It turns on and automatically starts working. So before this, I would have to get off an airplane, go find a SIM card, put the SIM card in, and I'll be honest, a lot of times, especially say in Southeast Asia, the SIM cards are cheaper than Google Fi, but I don't have to deal with the hassle of it. I can get off the airplane, get it, and if I do want to get a SIM card, you can literally pause it up to 90 days. I could pause it, take that SIM card out and save it, put another one in, and get going. But normally, I just keep the Google Fi in because then I can text from my own phone, and it just has so many benefits. Now, if you're in the United States, here's another great benefit I have found. It rents the lines from T-Mobile, Sprint, and US Cellular. So what's great about this is maybe you're driving along a highway and T-Mobile's bandwidth is really strong, but then there's a dip. But where that dip happens, maybe the Sprint service is really strong. It will seamlessly switch you from T-Mobile to Sprint. You won't even know, your call won't drop, so you can actually end up having more coverage and seamless coverage, which I think is a really great benefit. Another thing which a lot of carriers have started doing recently is no contract. However, Google Fi has never had a contract. You literally start it, you start paying, when you're done, turn it off, you can port it to anywhere, and say you have a phone number, you can literally port it to Google Fi just like you would if you were going from Verizon to T-Mobile. And let's say you decide, it's not for me, I'm not huge on this, I love Verizon or whoever your carrier is, you can seamlessly port your number back from Google Fi to wherever you want. And something I've done when I've spent like a year traveling and I thought, you know what, I'm not going to use this as much because local SIMs are so much cheaper, I literally ported from Google Fi to Google Voice. I got to keep my phone number, and then when I came home, I literally ported from Google Voice back to Google Fi. So you can always keep your phone number that you've had for years, so it is no different in that regard as far as cellular service. And another benefit that I absolutely love, which I think other carriers also do this too, but they let you tether. So if you have a laptop or something and maybe your Wi-Fi goes down, you can tether your phone to your tablet, to your computer, whatever it is, and literally you're getting charged the exact same amount. So if you're on the limited plan, it's per gigabytes used, and if you're on the unlimited plan, it is unlimited. When you're in the US, you get text calling. When you're out, you can still get and send text messages. If you call internationally from your phone, not using an app like WhatsApp or Skype or something like that, then it is like 20 cents a minute, but that is going to be the same with other carriers, and I think some of them are even way higher depending on the country you're in. For me, Google Fi was a no-brainer. I absolutely love it. I've used it for years. I have had no issues with it. I have literally used it all over the world. So I'm a huge proponent of it, and especially if it saves so much money. In the case for myself, it was $60 a month, but even if you're a single person, it could probably save you the $30 that you are putting in your envelope today. If nothing else, I would definitely just go audit your data usage and compare the price and see if it's worth it. I have literally shared this with so many people, and people have saved so much money, and especially now that Google Fi can be pretty much used with any phone. Originally you had to use it with a Google phone like the Pixel or something like that, but now you can use it with your iPhone, Android, so now it's pretty much opened up to the full market, so I highly recommend checking this out. I want to hear from you in the comments below. Do you use Google Fi? If so, do you love it? And if not, are you going to consider changing? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It literally costs nothing. It does so much for this channel, and it pushes this 30-day challenge out to people who need to beef up their emergency fund and become financially free. And lastly, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on money, saving, and investing, and especially not any more videos on this 30-day emergency fund savings challenge. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.